Hello and welcome to another road.cc buyer's guide. In a decade, gravel bikes have gone from a niche trend to being a huge part of what almost every bike company offers, and what a lot of cyclists want. Now, with big tyre clearance and geometry that is designed to work whether you are on smooth tarmac, a forest track, or technical dirt path, they're great all-rounders and brilliant for weekday commutes and weekend adventures.
Yeah, but not all gravel bikes are the same though. I mean, there's a big spectrum with roady ones at one end and off-roady ones at the other. Now, some are designed with speed in mind, others major on distance and load carrying, and in theory, there should be one for every type of gravel rider. You just need to decide what mix of capabilities works best for you.
So, what would be your deal breaker or maker on a new gravel bike? So weight, tyre clearance, the number of mounting points for bags, or maybe just the paint job?
That's you, isn't
it?
Yeah,
absolutely. Add a comment below and let us know what would make you hit that buy button.
Before we dive into the bikes, there's something you should know about how we do things here. Now, unlike plenty of other roundups and buyer's guides that you'll see online, we have independently reviewed every single bike on this list, and we can recommend them because we've actually used them out in the real world. For bikes here, it's because it's earned its spot through proper testing. Okay, let's go.
First up is the Canyon Grail CF SLX 8 Di2, which we have picked as the best gravel race bike. Now, Canyon has been a big player in the gravel scene for a while now, and you might remember the original Grail for its famous double-decker handlebars, which I hated. But those are gone now in the name of aerodynamics, but the speed remains. Now, this bike is all about efficient power transfer and getting you from A to B as fast as possible without shaking your teeth out.
Yeah, it's a really great bike. The carbon frame is exceptionally sleek, and it looks even better if you pair it with the integrated quick loader frame bag. It's a very comfortable ride, partly down to the clever frame design, and also it's got a D-shaped seat post that offers plenty of compliance. So we found it to be a really good all-rounder for someone who wants to race the dirt on the Saturday but still enjoy a brisk road ride on the Sunday. The frame storage is really good, it's very functional, giving you a place for tools without ruining the lines of the bike. And the stock handlebar is a bit on the wide side, and the geometry on the very smallest sizes changes slightly, which might affect the ride feel, did it?
I don't know, I'm a medium.
But overall, it's a seriously fast contender.
There's also an option for suspension, which I have used, and it helped me greatly on techie bits. It does add a bit to the price, and it does add a fair bit to the weight. But if you want that for more techie riding and racing, it's worth a look. Now, we suspect that there's a new bike coming, but for those with a very healthy bank balance, we have the Specialized S-Works Crux. Now, this is the best money no object gravel bike, especially essentially took their featherweight Athos.
Especially? Who are they?
Dunno, but they took the Athos frame and gave it gravel tires and massive clearance. The result is a frame that weighs only 725 grams. Yeah. It is quite possibly the lightest gravel bike in the world, and you can really feel that when you are climbing. I know that because I have one. It is an absolute joy on the hills, and it feels incredibly responsive. It has clearance for 47mm tyres. Now, you can put 50s on the front if you want to. Don't tell Specialized. Even though it looks like a lean road bike, it can handle some seriously chunky terrain. It is worth noting that Specialized sees this as a race bike rather than an adventure bike, so you won't find a load of mounts or racks for mudguards and stuff. It's just about going fast and nothing else. It's comfortable, clean, and incredibly light. But you certainly pay for that performance. You
certainly do pay for that performance, but it's been out a while now, and we suspect there's probably a new one in the offing at some point soon, so it might get a bit cheaper. If that's a bit spendy, then we're back to Canyon, which has revived the sub-grand road bike category with the Endurace Allroad, and it is a genuine all-rounder that doesn't feel compromised. At 10.79 kilos for a size large, it isn't exactly a featherweight, but that extra mass actually adds a bit of security when you're descending and gives a really sure-footed feel. Geometry is a winner too, especially if you aren't the most flexible person in the world. It's got a tall front end that takes the pressure off your lower back and shoulders, which you'll definitely appreciate on longer rides.
Absolutely. Now, the frame is stiff, and while that can lead to a firm ride at times, it's never what we call harsh. You've got clearance for 40mm tyres, which means you can head onto the gravel and have a lot of fun without feeling like you're underbiked. We love that the front end cabling is kept external, keeps the price down, and it makes it much easier to work on if you're new to home mechanics. It's an unflustered, easy to ride machine that works perfectly as a first road bike, a commuter, or a dependable winter trainer.
Great first buy. Next, we have the best women's gravel bike, the Liv Devote Advanced Zero. Liv is one of the few brands that really commits to women's specific geometry, which assumes longer legs and a shorter torso than the standard bloke comes fitted with, rather than just changing the saddle and the paint. The newest version of the Devote has become much racier and performance-oriented than the older models. It features a flip chip at the rear dropout, which means you can change the wheelbase and tyre clearance to suit what you're doing that day. So if you want it stable for bike packing, you can stretch it out. If you want it snappy for a race, you can shorten it up. The Advanced Zero model comes with a Shimano GRX 2x group set, which we found provides a great range of gears. Well, I didn't find it because I'm not a woman, I didn't ride it, but we did find that. Steep climbs. It also includes the new Contact Aero Light stem, which hides the cables underneath it before they disappear into the frame, making the whole cockpit look very tidy. There's even a storage compartment in the down tube for your spares. The internal storage is a bit on the small side, and the handlebar shape won't be for everyone, but the ride quality is great. Stable and very comfortable.
Now, if you prefer metal over carbon, the Fairlight Secan is our choice for the best steel gravel bike. Fairlight is a British brand that has consistently blown us away with its bikes. The Secan uses custom Reynolds steel tubing that manages to be stiff enough for hard efforts while retaining that smooth, springy ride quality that steel fans love. Now, one thing that makes the Fairlight special is their proportional geometry, which offers so many size options that it feels almost like a custom fit. The finish is exceptional with beautiful details everywhere you look, though we did think a chain pip on the frame would be a nice final touch.
The latest version, the Secan 3, has massive tyre clearance, fitting up to 53mm tyres. If you go for a 1x build, it is a bit heavier than a carbon race bike, but for amazing ride quality and versatility, hard to beat. It's littered with mounting points too, so it's just as happy on a week-long adventure as it is on a blast through the woods.
Now, if you want a dedicated racer that offers a bit more versatility, have a look at the Vielo V+1 Race Edition SRAM Force Explore Access. This bike really impressed us because it manages to balance the stiffness and low weight of a race machine with the fun factor of an adventure bike. It has huge amounts of stiffness around the bottom bracket, so when you put the power down, it really moves. The geometry is designed to be ridden hard and fast, but it doesn't feel twitchy or nervous if you just kind of want to cruise about. Our reviewer said that it blew their mind every time they rode it because of how planted and controlled it feels. It had clearance for 47mm tyres and includes mudguard compatibility and internal frame storage, which are things that you don't always see on pure race bikes. It's fast, flickable, and gives you a lot of bike for the money.
If your idea of a good time is more about heading into the wild than sticking to the tarmac, the Genesis Vagabond 20 is a remarkably capable adventure machine. It's built around a timeless looking frame and fork made from the company's Mjolnir chromoly steel, which gives a lovely ride quality that really shines on those long days in the saddle. It's not built for speed or racing. The weight is definitely noticeable when the road points up, but it covers ground with a surprising amount of ease.
What's really cool is how sure-footed it feels on technical climbs that you'd normally think were impossible on a drop bar bike. That's thanks to the combination of a tall bottom bracket, small gearing, and a massive space for 2.1-inch tyres. It's packed with mounting points for all of your gear, and while the shifting on the SRAM Apex drivetrain can feel a little bit clunky, it's a reliable setup that's ready for whatever adventure you want to throw at it.
Yeah. Great bike. And the Whyte Verro is also a great gravel bike for a wide range of terrain. Whyte comes from a mountain bike background and has brought that expertise to the Verro. It uses an alloy frame and fork with a geometry that feels much more confident on steep technical descents than your average gravel bike. And it comes with 50mm Maxxis Ravager tiles and wide rims, which gives it a huge footprint and allows you to run very low pressures for grip.
The alloy fork might seem like a budget choice, but with tyres this big, you don't actually miss the vibration damping of carbon. It's covered in mounting points, including 4-bolt mounts on the fork and bosses all over the frame. It even comes with a dropper post as standard. It's a bit heavy, especially with the wheels, but if you want a bike that can handle rougher trails without needing a mountain bike, this is a solid pick.
Now finally, for those who want a bit of assistance, the Orbea Denna M20i is our pick for the best gravel e-bike. This bike uses the Shimano EPA RS motor system, which Orbea has tuned to feel very natural. It doesn't just pull you along, it assists you based on how much effort you're putting in. It's a very intuitive system that makes you feel like you have the best legs of your life rather than you're just riding a moped. The 420 watt-hour battery offers a fantastic range, and we found we could get nearly 90 miles out of it in the right conditions. Even though it's an e-bike and weighs a bit more, it's still very manoeuvrable because the weight of the motor is kept really low in the frame. And the Di2 shifting runs off the main battery too, which is one less thing to worry about when you're charging it. It's a very controllable, responsive bike that dispels the idea that e-bikes are just for cheating. You can't cheat at having fun, folks.
The gravel market is more diverse than ever. Whether you want the ultralight Crux for racing, the sturdy Fairlight Secan for long distance comfort, or the tech-heavy Orbea for that extra boost, there is something for everyone.
If you've enjoyed this guide, please give the video a like and hit that subscribe button to keep up with all our latest reviews and tech news. All the links to our full in-depth reviews of these bikes are right down there in the description.
Oh, and if you want to see the best gravel tyres, according to me, well, we made a video about that. I'm going to pop it over Dave's face.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.